This is the Operation Herrick order of battle, which lists the British forces that have taken part in the duration of Operation Herrick between 2002 and 2014. Ground forces. Kabul. Operation Herrick began in 2002 on the end of Operation Fingal, which saw Britain hand command of the ISAF force to Turkey. At that point, the deployment was scaled back from 2,100 to approximately 300, primarily concerned with security in Kabul, and manning the UK-Afghan National Army training team. In 2003, the deployment in Kabul was expanded to battalion size when 2 provincial reconstruction teams were established, along with a rapid reaction force based around a light role infantry battalion, the Afghanistan Rule Element Infantry Battalion. ARIB deployments: October 2003, April 2004. 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles. April 2004, October 2004. 1st Battalion, the Green Howards. October 2004, April 2005. 1st Battalion, the Worcestershire and Sherwood Foresters Regiment. April 2005, October 2005. 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles. October 2005, April 2006. 1st Battalion, the Royal Gloucestershire, Berkshire and Wiltshire Light Infantry. April 2006, October 2006. 2nd Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment. October 2006, April 2007. 45 Commando, Royal Marines. January 2007, May 2007. Elements of 2nd Battalion, Royal Regiment of Fusiliers. April 2007, October 2007. 1st Battalion, Grenadier Guards. October 2007, April 2008. 1st Battalion, the Royal Welsh. Helmand. In January 2006, the government announced that, due to the worsening situation in the south of Afghanistan, a brigade-sized formation numbering approximately 3,300 Task Force Helmand would be deployed to Helmand Province. Operation Herrick IV. May, November 2006. HQ, 16 Air Assault Brigade 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment Household Cavalry Regiment D Squadron 1st Battalion, the Royal Irish Regiment, 83rd, 87th and Ulster Defence Regiment, Easy Company, Somme Platoon Barrows A Platoon 216 Signal Squadron 7th Regiment, Royal Horse Artillery Unknown Battery. 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 18 Battery 23 Engineer Regiment. Royal Engineers 51 Parachute Squadron. Elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re 39 Engineer Regiment Re. Elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment. Royal Logistic Corps 29 Regiment RLC 13 Air Assault Support Regiment RLC 7 Air Assault Battalion. Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 8 Close Support Squadron 16 Close Support Medical Regiment. Royal Army Medical Corps 5th Regiment Royal Artillery Unknown Battery 1 Regiment Royal Military Police 114 Provost Company 4 Regiment RMP 156. Provost Company 2nd Battalion. Royal Regiment of Fusiliers. Operation Herrick v. November 2006, April 2007. HQ, 3 Commando Brigade, the Light Dragoons 1 Squadron 45 Commando, Royal Marines 42 Commando, Royal Marines 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs 29th Commando Regiment Royal Artillery 28 Engineer Regiment Re 59 Independent Commando, Squadron. Royal Engineers. Elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re. Elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC Commando Logistic Regiment 27 Transport Regiment RLC 29 Regiment RLC 22 Field Hospital. Royal Army Medical Corps 174 Provost Company from 3 Regiment RMP. Elements of the 2nd Battalion Royal Regiment of Fusiliers. Operation Herrick via April-October 2007. HQ 12 Mechanized Brigade, the Light Dragoons 2nd Royal Tank Regiment 1 Squadron 1st Battalion, Grenadier Guards 1st Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment 1st Battalion, the Worcestershire and Sherwood Foresters Regiment *, 19th Regiment Royal Artillery 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs 39th Regiment Royal Artillery 1 Troop of MLRS 26 Engineer Regiment Re-elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re-elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC 4 Logistics Support Regiment RLC 4 General Support Medical Regiment 212 Field Hospital, Royal Army Medical Corps Song Company, composed mainly of elements of the London Regiment, also a platoon of Grenadier Guards and individual members of the Reserve Forces. In February 2007, it was announced that an additional 1,400 troops would be deployed to Afghanistan, primarily formed as a battle group around a light infantry battalion, the 1st Battalion, the Royal Welsh, renamed as 2nd Battalion, the Mercian Regiment, the 1st of September 07 Operation Herrick 7 October 2007 April 2008. HQ 52 Infantry Brigade 258 Signal Squadron Royal Corps of Signals BDHQ Household Cavalry Regiment 1 Squadron 40 Commando Royal Marines 1st Battalion, Coldstream Guards 2nd Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment 1st Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles Salonika Company, the Rifles 4th Regiment Royal Artillery 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs 39th Regiment Royal Artillery 1 Troop of MLRS 36 Engineer Regiment Re-elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re-elements of 170 Engineer Group Royal Engineers Elements of King's Royal Hussars Elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC Elements of 14 Signal Regiment 27 Transport Regiment RLC 5 General Support Medical Regiment 1st Battalion Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 101 Provost Company Royal Military Police Operation Herrick 8 April-October 2008 HQ 16 Air Assault Brigade Household Cavalry Regiment 1 Squadron Queen's Royal Lancers, a squadron the Royal Highland Fusiliers, 2nd Battalion the Royal Regiment of Scotland the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, 5th Battalion the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1st Battalion, the Royal Irish Regiment, 83rd, 87th and Ulster Defence Regiment, 2nd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment 7th Regiment Royal Horse Artillery 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs 39th Regiment Royal Artillery 1 Troop of MLRS 23 Regiment Re-elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re-elements of 170 Engineer Group Royal Engineers Elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC 13 Air Assault Support Regiment RLC 6 Supply Regiment RLC 16 Close Support Medical Regiment 7th Battalion Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers Elements of the Theatre Reserve Battalion 2nd Battalion. The Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment were deployed in support of both 16 Air Assault Brigade and 3 Commando Brigade. Operation Herrick IX October 2008 April 2009 HQ 3 Commando Brigade 1st the Queen's Dragoon Guards 1 Squadron 42 Commando Royal Marines 45 Commando Royal Marines 1st Battalion the Rifles 1st Battalion, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment 1 Armoured Infantry Company Group 2nd Battalion, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment, Theatre Reserve Battalion Deployment 29th Commando Regiment Royal Artillery 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs 39th Regiment Royal Artillery 1 Troop of MLRS 24 Regiment Re 77 Armoured Engineer Squadron 35 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 33 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 170 Engineer Group, Royal Engineers elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC Commando Logistic Regiment, Royal Marines 3rd Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. Operation Herrick X April-October 2009. HQ 19 Light Brigade, the Light Dragoons 2nd Royal Tank Regiment 1 Squadron 2nd Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers 1st Battalion, Welsh Guards, the Black Watch 3rd Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland's 2nd Battalion, the Mercian Regiment 2nd Battalion, the Rifles 4th Battalion, the Rifles 40 Regiment, Royal Artillery 32nd Regiment, Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs 39th Regiment, Royal Artillery 1 Troop of MLRS elements of 33, Engineer Regiment Re 38 Engineer Regiment Re elements of 170 Engineer Group, Royal Engineers elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC 19 Combat Service Support Battalion 4th Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 2 Medical Regiment 173rd Provost Company, Royal Military Police 5th Regiment, Royal Artillery 1 Battery, Normandy Decoy, 4th Battalion, the Mercian Regiment 17 Port and Maritime Royal Logistic Corps elements of 5th Battalion, Royal Regiment of Fusiliers. Operation Herrick October 2009 April 2010. HQ 11 Light Brigade, the Household Cavalry Regiment 1st Royal Tank Regiment, D Squadron elements of 2nd Royal Tank Regiment 1st Battalion, Grenadier Guards 3rd Battalion, the Rifles A Company, 4th Battalion, the Rifles B Company, 1st Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1st Battalion, the Royal Welsh 2nd Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment 1st Regiment, Royal Horse Artillery 28 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 33 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 101 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 170 Engineer Group, Royal Engineers elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC 104 Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 10 Queen's Own Gurkha Logistic Regiment RLC 261 Signals Squadron, Royal Corps of Signals 1 Battery from 5th Regiment, Royal Artillery elements of 256 Field Hospital Theatre Logistics Group 9 Regiment RLC. In October 2009, the total force was increased to 9,000 personnel with the addition of several other units. 1st Battalion, Coldstream Guards. 1st Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment 3 Coy. 2nd Battalion, the Duke of Lancaster's Regiment 1 Coy. 1st Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1 Coy. Operation Herrick 12 April-October 2010. HQ 4 Mechanised Brigade 206 Signal Squadron, Royal Signals, Royal Dragoon Guards 3 SQNS Queen's Royal Lancers 40 Commando, Royal Marines 1st Battalion, Scots Guards, the Royal Scots Borderers 1st Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1st Battalion, the Duke of Lancaster's Regiment 1st Battalion, the Mercian Regiment 1st Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles 4th Regiment, Royal Artillery 21 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 33 Engineer Regiment re-elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC 3 Medical Regiment 34 Field Hospital 1st Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 101st Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers Theatre Logistics Group 8 Regiment RLC Weapon Intelligence Specialist Company. Operation Herrick 13 October 2010 April 2011. HQ 16 Air Assault Brigade 216 Parachute Signal Squadron Household Cavalry Regiment 1 Squadron 2nd Royal Tank Regiment 3 Squadron HQ elements 1st Battalion, Irish Guards, the Royal Highland Fusiliers 2nd Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland, the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders 5th Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1st Battalion, the Royal Irish Regiment, 83rd, 87th and Ulster Defence Regiment, 2nd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment elements of 4th Battalion, the Parachute Regiment elements of 4th Battalion, Duke of Lancaster's Regiment, Z Battery, 5th Regiment Royal Artillery, 7th Regiment Royal Horse Artillery, 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery 1 BTY of UAVs, 39th Regiment Royal Artillery 1 Troop of MLRS, 23 Regiment Re-Elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re-Elements of 101 Engineer Regiment Re-Elements of 170 Engineer Group Royal Engineers Elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC Theatre Logistics Group 17 Port and Maritime Regiment RLC 13 Air Assault Support Regiment RLC 6 Supply Regiment RLC 16 Close Support Medical Regiment 207 Field Hospital 212 Field Hospital 7th Battalion Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers Operation Herrick 14 April-October 2011 HQ 3 Commando Brigade the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards the 9th, 12th Royal Lancers 30 Commando, Royal Marines 42 Commando, Royal Marines 45 Commando, Royal Marines 1st Battalion, the Rifles the Highlanders, 4th Battalion the Royal Regiment of Scotland 3rd Battalion, the Mercian Regiment 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles 29 Regiment. Royal Artillery 53 Battery RAL 24 Commander Engineer Regiment Re 32 Engineer Regiment Re 32 Reg Royal Artillery Elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re Elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment RLC Commando Logistic Regiment Royal Marines 2 Close Support Battalion, a Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. Operation Herrick 15 October 2011 April 2012 HQ 20th Armoured Brigade 1st the Queen's Dragoon Guards the Queen's Royal Hussars the Black Watch 3rd Battalion the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1st Battalion, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment 1st Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment 2nd Battalion, the Mercian Regiment 2nd Battalion, the Rifles 5th Battalion, the Rifles 35 Engineer Regiment Re 38 Engineer Regiment Re 11 Field Squadron 1 Logistic Support Regiment RLC 1 Medical Regiment 3 Close Support Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 110 Provost Company Elements of 33 Engineer Regiment Re-Elements 170 Emperor SP Enga GP Royal Engineers. Operation Herrick 16 April-October 2012 HQ 12 Mechanized Brigade the King's Royal Hussars, the Light Dragoons, 1st Battalion, Grenadier Guards, 1st Battalion, Welsh Guards, 1st Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment, 3rd Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment, 1st Battalion, the Royal Welsh, 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles, 3rd Battalion, the Rifles, 4 Close Support Battalion, a Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, 1st Royal Tank Regiment, 19th Regiment Royal Artillery, 26 Engineer Regiment Re 16 Regiment Royal Signals, 4 Logistic Support Regiment RLC, 10 the Queen's Own Gurkha Logistic Regiment RLC, 4 Medical Regiment Royal Army Medical Corps, 228 Signals Squadron, 174 Provost Company, Royal Military Police. Operation Herrick 17 October 2012 April 2013 HQ 4 Mechanized Brigade the Royal Dragoon Guards the Queen's Royal Lancers 1st Battalion, Scots Guards the Royal Scots Borderers, 1st Battalion the Royal Regiment of Scotland 1st Battalion, the Duke of Lancaster's Regiment 1st Battalion, the Mercian Regiment 1st Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles 40 Commando, Royal Marines 4th Regiment, a Royal Artillery 93 Battery 5th Regiment, Royal Artillery 21 Engineer Regiment Re 7 Regiment RLC 2 Signal Regiment 12 Logistic Support Regiment RLC 3 Medical Regiment 1st Close Support Battalion, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 150 Provost Company, Royal Military Police. Operation Herrick 18 April-October 2013. HQ 1 Mechanized Brigade, 215 Signal Squadron, Campaign Signal Regiment, 3rd Division Headquarters and Signal Regiment. No. 2 Coy, 1st Battalion, Irish Guards. Infantry the Royal Highland Fusiliers 2nd Battalion, Royal Regiment of Scotland's 2nd Battalion, the Duke of Lancaster's Regiment 1st Battalion, Royal Regiment of Fusiliers 4th Battalion, the Rifles, Armour Household Cavalry Regiment 2nd Royal Tank Regiment, Royal Artillery 1st Regiment, Royal Horse Artillery Z Battery, a Royal Artillery, Royal Engineers 22 Engineer Regiment, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 6 Battalion Ream, Royal Logistic Corps 3 Logistic Support Regiment RLC, Army Medical Services 5 Medical Regiment, Royal Army Medical Corps. Operation Herrick 19 October 2013 June 2014. HQ 7 Armoured Brigade, 207 Signal Squadron, Infantry 1st Battalion, Coldstream Guards 2nd Battalion, a Royal Anglian Regiment 3rd Battalion, Mercian Regiment the Highlanders 4th Battalion, Royal Regiment of Scotland, Armour 9th, 12th Royal Lancers the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards, Royal Artillery 3rd Regiment Royal Horse Artillery 32nd Regiment Royal Artillery, Royal Engineers 32 Engineer Regiment, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 2 Battalion Ream, Royal Logistic Corps 2 Logistic Support Regiment RLC, Army Medical Services 2nd Medical Regiment, Royal Army Medical Corps. Operation Herrick XX June 2014 December 2014. Elements of 20th Armoured Brigade HQ 102 Logistic Brigade, Infantry elements of 1st Battalion, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment 2nd Battalion, the Rifles 5th Battalion, the Rifles elements of 7th Battalion, the Rifles, Armour 1st the Queen's Dragoon Guards elements of the Queen's Royal Hussars, Royal Artillery elements of 5th Regiment, 26th Regiment elements of 39th Regiment elements of 47th Regiment, Royal Engineers 64 Works Group elements of 33 Regiment elements of 35 Regiment elements of 42 Regiment, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers 3 Close Support Battalion elements of 102 Battalion, Royal Logistic Corps 2 Operational Support Group 1 Regiment elements of 6 Regiment elements of 7 Regiment elements of 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal, Regiment elements of 13 Air Assault Support Regiment elements of 29 Regiment elements of 150 Transport Regiment elements of 159 Supply Regiment, elements of Headquarters Expeditionary Forces Institute and 148 Squadron, Army Medical Services 1st Armoured Medical Regiment Royal Army Medical Corps 34 Field Hospital RAMC elements of 1st Military Working Dog Regiment, Royal Signals 1st Armoured Division Headquarters and Signal Regiment elements of 10 Regiment elements of 14 Regiment elements of 15 Regiment, elements of 30 Regiment, Military Intelligence elements of 1 Military Intelligence Battalion elements of 2 Military Intelligence Battalion elements of 4 Military Intelligence Battalion, Police elements of 1st Regiment RMP elements of Special Investigation Branch RMP elements of Close Protection Unit RMP No. 2 Tactical Police Squadron RAF elements of the Military Provost Staff, Royal Air Force No. 7 Force Protection Wing RAF No. 15 Squadron RAF Regiment No. 34 Squadron RAF Regiment No. 609 Squadron Royal Auxiliary Air Force. Logistic support. Supporting the UK Forces HQ Joint Force Support. This 1** headquarters has commands the Theatre Logistics Group, Theatre Provost Group, Theatre Medical Group and Theatre Equipment Support Group. It also includes elements of the Engineer Group, coordinated by the Joint Force Engineer. These force elements are split between Kandahar Airfield and Camp Bastion. JFSP is a joint command and currently the HQ is made up of 101 logistic brigade staff and augmentees.